Hey everyone, it's me, Ari Rashid. I'm your anthropologist and sociologist. Please hit the like button, share this video, subscribe to the channel, become a member of the channel. You can check my novels on Amazon and please donate the links below. All right. We should consider other people, especially those around us we're involved with. We should pay attention to people's expectations. The whole idea, my life, my choice, I owe nobody anything, I don't owe anyone an explanation, I will what I will, free will, boundaries, privacy. Listen, data protection is necessary. You can't just have all your data out there for everyone to access. That's true. However, the whole idea that you are a little god, willing whatever you will, and people need to have permission to be around you and all that, I'm sorry, but it needs to stop. It's bullshit. On the other hand, we also should not go this far that we unconditionally please other people. Pleasing people is natural. That's how communities are built, that's how communities function. You please your government by paying taxes and paying the laws of the land. You please your employer by showing on time, showing to work on time. You please your spouse by looking after them. I mean, pleasing people is a natural thing. There is a problem with toxic people pleasing, and that's what I'm about to talk about right now. Look, let me give an example. You live in a neighborhood. You go to work, you come home. And because you have a full-time job, most of the hours throughout the day, you're at work. So when you're out of work, you come by, you say hi to your neighbors, you have small talk with them, ask what they're doing, then you go inside, do what you have to do. Okay, sounds reasonable, right? Later on, you hear someone comes to your house, some co-worker of yours also lives in the same town, just a few blocks away, and he says, well, Mark, people have been complaining about you, that you're a little bit to yourself, you're really engaged with people and all that, and you think to yourself, well, what goes on over here? Let me tell you what goes on. You do what you have to do. You go to work to pay your bills, which you take your financial responsibility as an adult. Besides that, you also check on the people around you. And because you do that, you're not neglecting anyone. Absolutely not. Now, you can't do more for the people around you because you have to work. If people want you to do more for the community, they have to communicate this with you. They have to account for and be able to justify why they want more from you. And then they also need to consider, if they want more from you, then they also have to be ready to pay your bills. I mean, that's reasonable. If you want something or you expect something, you have to account for all the consequences that come with what you want, or what you desire. You can't just want what you want, will what you will, but then when the costs come concerning what you will, suddenly you want anything to do with it. You can't, for example, say, oh, I want a car. You buy the car, and now you get upset and angry anytime you need to charge the battery of the car or put gas in your car, and now you murmur, complain about the car. People think, dude, you realize having a car means you need to maintain it. Or, look, when you buy clothes, you don't need to wash your clothes from time to time. You can't buy a new pair of trousers or some shirts and then complain that you need to wash them. I mean, people think, well, what the heck's wrong with this guy? What's wrong with this woman? Well, where I'm going with this, you'll understand where I'm going with this. When people expect things from you, they have to be able to account what they're asking from you. If what they expect from you is reasonable, they can justify it, and it's mutually beneficial, okay, then they have a right to expect this from you. Because, hey, who are you that nobody can expect anything from you? You're part of the community too, so it shouldn't only be that the community owes you, and you can just do whatever you want, everyone else is an option. However, when people expect something from you, they need to be able to account for it. Can they justify it? Is it reasonable? Does it add up? And let's go to the example I gave of this guy called Mark going to his full-time job to pay the bills, and all that. And apart from that, it also takes time to check on the community. Is he neglecting anyone? No. Is he committing a crime by stealing or robbing people or harassing people? Is he, let me say, slandering people? No. So, the people have nothing on him. But question for you, are these other people looking after the community? Or are they making excuses? While a lot of them are making excuses. And because Mark is doing what he should do despite having a full-time job, it makes all look bad. And because people don't want to be able to account for why is this Mark looking after the community, but you're not, and you live here too. What is this? There's no way they can answer that. There's no way they can justify that. And because they don't want to look bad and lose the credibility, they now want to shift attention away from them and back onto Mark. They want to accuse Mark or have something on him to bring him down psychologically, so nobody will look at them anymore. Mark did his part, but the thing is, why aren't people there doing their part? So now they come with accusation against Mark. Like, why is Mark looking after the community? Sorry, he is doing it. You want to do more? Okay, but how are you going to pay his bills? Are you going to help him out financially? No. So why actually expect more from him? Thing is, Mark realized what's going on. And he told the guy, listen, if you want more from me, they're all adults, they can contact me and we can communicate about it. How come not communicating about it with me, but have time and effort to murmur behind my back? That means that what they want cannot be accounted for, because if what they want could be accounted for, they would be in my face talking about the concerns. The fact that, and I'm approachable, I'm not violent, so what goes on? And on the individual realize, you know what I mean, Mark, you're right. Now, in daily life, remember the following. You do owe other people. You can't just act like, oh, I don't owe anyone anything, it's my life, I don't have anything to do with these people, only when I like something or I ask for something, only then it's real. No, that's narcissistic, sociopathic thinking. Healthy, realistic thinking is okay. Others have to deal with you, you deal with them, they owe you, you owe them. There must be a balance over there. When there is no balance in human interaction, it doesn't have to be your fault. It doesn't have to be you. It could be that other individual has problems communicating because they're either illiterate or they have some mental issue, whatever. That could be the case. Or it could be you or maybe the issue on your side and you need to look at yourself and deal with it. But if the issue is not you, so it's with the other people, they have to face themselves. And if it's not mental illness or some illiteracy, whatever, listen, if it's mental illness, then they need help. They need intervention, that's different. But if it's just that they're illiterate or they lack communication skills, listen, they need to own up to this. Look for help, become literate, improve. Why are they expecting quality from you, but they're not quality towards you? Why are they expecting quality from you, but they're not quality towards you? This is narcissism. I'm saying that they're narcissists because not only narcissists act in narcissistic ways. You also have people who are not narcissists acting in narcissistic ways. And I'm just telling you, that expectation that people expect you to have quality towards them, but they treat you as an object, not quality towards you, is narcissism. And let me tell you one thing. If people get away with that the first few times, they're going to feel entitled to will whatever they will concerning you. They're going to feel entitled to control you. So, what do? Are you going to wait till they develop control obsessions with you? No. From the very start, when people come with accusative suggestions, you need to ask them to clarify themselves. Don't go and defend yourself. I understand when people come with suggestions like as if you did wrong, or I say accusative suggestions, of course you're going to think, what the heck is this? An example of Mark. They complain like Mark doesn't give a damn about other people. While there is proof that Mark is doing the opposite. Of course, Mark would think, what the heck? And Mark would want to point out all he's doing. No, don't do that. Don't offend yourself. Even in a court of law, if you're accused of a crime, the burden of proof is not on you as accused. The burden of proof is the one that's accusing you. So if people are suggesting something about you that's questionable, therefore, the burden of proof is on them to prove it, not on you. Simple as that. Because if you start to defend yourself, now you're going into a back and forth exchange of negativity. They're operating in negativity, and now you are part of negativity defending yourself, draining you and them. And that's not going to benefit you at all. It's going to weigh you down, it's going to harm you. Even if people take your side and believe you based on proof, it's still going to damage you. And they get away feeling relieved. And in this case, their plan worked, because now the next attention on you and not on them. Listen, when people come with accusations towards you, and they have to come with a proof with it. If you come with accusations and there is no actual proof of what they're suggesting, let me tell you what goes on. They have unrest or things about themselves that they don't want to face, don't deal with. So they just feel triggered that you are not relieving them or you don't fit the restrictions rolling onto. But the thing is, nobody told on to restrictions and to go through life like that. That's what they chose to do. Even though it's something a lot of people in the world do, and it's almost the norm everywhere, still, as an adult, you should think, is this a good idea? Should I have been doing this? So that they decide to go through life like that, that's not you. It's not your fault. You can't help that. That's them. So if they decide to go through life based on restrictions, and now you don't fit the restrictions, whose problem is it? Is it yours or theirs? It's not yours. Because you did not choose those restrictions. They did. So if they chose those restrictions, and now you don't match restrictions, guess what? They don't have to find a way to deal with the restrictions. But what happens in the world is, people have the restrictions they hold on to, they don't want to question. You don't fit the restriction. And instead of owning up to reality that the restrictions are just restrictions, and they just need to let them go and be flexible and practical in life, they now experience stress because they want to give up the restrictions. But what happens now is that in their mind, it's since they encountered you to experience the stress because you don't fit the restrictions. So now they want to associate this stress with you as if it's your fault. And that's what they're doing now. They're looking for something to use against you, to put the blame on you so that they can play the victim and escape not having to face themselves. That's what goes on. They just want to control you. This is done by individuals as well as groups of people. Now, does everyone in the world do this? No, absolutely not. However, it's a common tendency amongst worldly people to want to have blackmail on you, just in case you want to escape. And let me tell you one thing. You don't owe an explanation to someone who does not want to be honorable themselves. Accountability goes both ways. If they expect you to be honorable, they have to be honorable too. They can't expect you to be honorable, and if they think and they feel like you're not honorable based on feelings and how they think, they just attack you because they have their reasons. It doesn't work that way. Listen, you don't owe anyone an explanation that decided to accuse you without any proof. And even if they accuse you and they show some evidence, you don't owe them any response. I mean, the burden of proof is on them, not on you. Now, if someone is concerned about your behavior and they address it in a constructive, good way, that's different. Now, you can actually talk with them. You can give your account and clarify things. But when people just escalate behind your back, or they suggest blame onto you without any proof, let me tell you what goes on. They don't care about the truth. The only thing they want is to be relieved so that they don't have to face themselves. And they are so out of their minds. Because if they cared about themselves sufficiently, they would face themselves in the mirror and realize, you know what? I can't go through life like this. I'm damaging myself and other people in the process. No, this is not right. Let me improve. Let me get better. They should even want to be better for themselves. But the fact that they even want this and they keep on escaping, they're like junkies. And they are dragging others in their ruin. And because you are not getting along with that, it makes them look bad and get upset. They're just upset you don't make it easy on them to escape. That's all it is. So don't fall for it. Listen, I experienced this multiple times in my life. That people begin to speculate things about me without any evidence nor proof. And I just think, okay, you speculated, well, that's not you. I don't even go get into it. When you don't get into it, they get angry. Why? It was all about getting the reaction out of you so that they can become the focus and get narcissistic supply out of you arguing with them. Or they want to be able to play the victim when you call them out. Because some people, when you call them out, they're going to feel embarrassed, they're going to play the victim behind your back. Listen, they are projecting their neglect onto you. Don't fall for it, okay? A child is different. But children don't go around doing things like this. They don't even have the mental capacity to do things like this. They're not teenagers still in development. These are grown people who should want to be better for themselves. If they're not even willing to be better for themselves, I'm sorry, how can you help them? If they're not even willing to be better for themselves, you think they're willing for you to be better? If they don't even wish themselves the best, how do you think they're going to wish you any good? Look, a lot of people out there, the only thing they have is a front. The only thing they have is a front or a social mask they're using. On the inside, they're either empty or they're filled with unrest. That's how a lot of people are. So when you actually have content you're working on, and they only have a front, is it your fault? No. They have to deal with themselves. If they're not willing to do that, what are they expecting from you? Look, you cannot carry the whole world on your shoulders. You cannot fix everything that wrong goes on the earth. You cannot bear people's burdens. You can't even bear your own burdens because that's going to be too much for you. That's why you trust Heavenly Father. So let these people take their accountability, responsibility towards you, towards others, towards themselves by doing the will of Heavenly Father. Okay? Peacefully leave a conversation when people come up with accusative suggestions. And sometimes it's better to break all contact altogether. You don't have time for this, you can't afford it, and neither should you. Neither should you even want to be involved in something like this. Okay, a forgiveness is your attitude in life. That life is worth it no matter what happens. So you forgive other people based on the fact that life is worth it and you move on. Whether they repent or not, whether they ask forgiveness or not, they have nothing to ask for. They have nothing to ask for because they shouldn't be operating activity anyway. So you obey them, Father, you forgive, and you move on. But you do not reconcile unless they comply with justice and improve and become safer as human beings. If they don't comply with justice, no reconciliation. There is no amnesty without compliance with justice. Simple as that. Well, that's it for now. Keep on growing in Christ. Be at peace. Again, hit the like button, share this video, subscribe to the channel, become a member of the channel, check my novels on Amazon, and I'll see you in my next live stream. Shalom.